Good morning, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Had a few inquiries about the boy, the young man, Dennis. Now, you might remember, if you have looked at the phone at the video, that my wife called the boy with the giant leg. That's Beth's way of titling things. This young man had a tumour in his leg, in his right leg, I believe, and it touches on how life is in the Philippines. They saved up the money to be able to have this tumour taken out when it was only, I'm guessing, like the size of a fist or something. And even that was probably leaving it rather late. But then, just as that came up for him to have that done, the father died, and then they had all of the expenses associated with a burial, which can be considerable here. So his money was gone. Now he's settling with this thing that's in his leg. Now, what made it easier was that it wasn't painful, and that, I guess, is the situation with a lot of cancer, and it proved to be cancer. So we took him. He came to us and asked us for help. We took him to Tagbilaran, which is our option for some slightly more advanced care, and we took him to Tagbilaran, and we had the tests done. We had, excuse me, we had ultrasound, X-rays, blood tests, all of the normal things that you would do if you were expecting to possibly have surgery, and that's obviously what would be a possibility. Well, it has proved to be more than a possibility, and we've been asked for an update on this. Don't want to be I don't know, don't want to be going on about this too much. So all of the tests and the doctors that we've taken him to have said it looks like his only option is amputation. Now, the problem with that, from my mind, just looking at it on a purely engineering standpoint, is that the amputation would have to go right up into the groin, and there's a big danger there, I think. Plus, he's a young man. He's only in his 20s, has a lovely wife, has a life to live, and the idea of having his leg off, he's not even going to have a stump. It's going to be, I mean, I'm not being flippant here, it's a hell of a big advantage if you still have at least a stump, because then you can have a prosthetic leg and you can actually walk. What they can do for him here in this country, I'm really not sure of. I'm sure that if he were in a big city, Manila or something like that, he probably may be able to do that if he was able to afford it. So the situation is that we've been in touch with him. Look, make your mind up time. It's one of those things that if he doesn't do anything, then the price will be final. But he's not ready to make that decision. He can't make that decision to go ahead. We found a place where we found a mission that will do it, and he doesn't need any money. We'll just have to support him with a little bit of money for the people that are accompanying him, which is what we've done with Michael. We're just paying for Michael. Well, we're not paying. I'm not paying for it. Daryl is taking care of that, and it's a fairly minimal amount of money compared to what you might be suspecting would be a big deal a big bill in, say, America or another country like that, first world country. So he needs to make his mind up, and that's where we are right now. So we haven't been abandoning him. We're ready to step in and help him, of course, when he needs it, but he has to come to us.
Yeah, it just happened. I talked to the wife the other time, you know, and the wife said,
Why don't you come here, honey?
I'm not...
It doesn't matter that you're not. Just come here. Well, she's gonna hide now.
Yeah, so just like... Yeah, so I talked to the wife the other time, and we went there at Tanghalige, you know, and then the wife says to me that Dennis is not prepared yet for the operations, you know. I know it's difficult situations, difficult decisions that he's not able to make a decision.
Right.
You know, because the other thing of that is the reasons also why is they don't want to hurry it, because there's no pain at all. You know, but what the doctor says, it's the cancer could go after the heart and also the lungs, so it affects the other parts of the body.
So it's right into the groin. That's the point.
That's why it should be cut right away. But the wife and Dennis says they're not ready for it, and I understand, because one of our visitors, subscriber Bobby, says that it's okay. Because Bobby asked what happened to Dennis, the giant leg.
Now,
and
Bobby,
said,
just in case you didn't see the video on Bobby, Bobby lost his arm when he was 15 years old, or
16.
Was it 15 or 16? And he lost his arm there, and he's dealt with that the whole of his life. He's a man in his 60s now. And his observation was, he said, I understand, because if it's something that they just take out, then, you know, like, I don't know, if you lose half a kidney or something, you can still survive. But when it's losing part of you, a limb, boy, it takes some getting used to.